Hi, everyone. Welcome back to STEAM Time. My name is Kathy, and I'm a student volunteer with Monterey County Free Libraries. Today, we're going to be talking about your heart rate and how it relates to exercise, and we're actually going to learn how to take our heart rate. So stay tuned. So let's talk a little bit about the heart rate. So your heart rate measures how many times per minute that your heart beats. So that speed can change depending on the circumstances, your environment, and it's different for everybody. That thump that you feel when you take the heart rate, that's called the pulse. And this is a good thing. It means that your heart is working really, really hard to pump that blood through your entire body. A fun fact is that your heart is usually about the size of your fist. And it's one of the hardest working muscles in your body for it being so small. This function is really, really important because if your heart didn't pump all this blood through your body, then things like oxygen and other necessary things that your body needs wouldn't get to those parts that need them in order to function. So your lungs need oxygen, everything needs oxygen in order to function properly, especially your muscles and your brain. One of the most important parts about this process of pumping the blood through the body is to get rid of the carbon dioxide being produced. And we get rid of that through blood pumping through the lungs and then being exhaled when we breathe out. Another fun fact is that your heart beats at least 100,000 times per day. So again, that can change depending on your activity, but generally that's what happens. So for today's activity, we are going to be doing a little bit of exercise because we are going to take our resting heart rate, right, like your regular beats per minute when you're just resting, not really doing much. And then we are gonna each go out and maybe like take a walk, maybe do some jumping jacks, just get your body moving. And then after we do that, we're gonna take our heart rate once again. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go out for a walk with my dog, and then I will come back and take my heart rate after working out. And then right now, I'm going to show you how to take your resting heart rate. So what you're going to want to do before you go out and do your exercise, you have two ways of taking your heart rate. So the first is taking your fingers and finding this section where your bone kind of feels like a little bump, a circle, meets kind of like a greater artery over here. And you should feel that thumping. If you can't really find that part of your body, you can also do right here, right next to your throat. And that one's a lot more common for people to be able to find. So just find where that's thumping. And you're going to want to either set a timer or just keep track on a clock for a minute. So you're going to count each time that there's a thump for a minute, and that's going to be your heart rate. So I'm going to take mine, and then I'm going to tell you what my resting heart rate was. And then we are going to go out and do our exercise, come back and do that same process again. My minute has passed by. I kept a stopwatch, and I was exactly at 80 heartbeats per minute. So yeah, just jot that down somewhere. You can write it in a notebook. And then he's ready for his walk. We're going to go for our walk, and then we're going to come back and do the same thing and see how it changes with exercise. So we are back from our walk, and I'm going to take my heart rate again, using that same stopwatch method. And you guys can do the same. Again, you don't have to like go on a walk. You can do jumping jacks. You can do some cartwheels. Like you really can do anything as long as you get your muscles moving. So let me do that, and then I'll be right back. Okay. So I took my new heart rate after going for a walk, which wasn't too strenuous of a workout, but it did make a difference. So at 1 minute, my new heart rate was 98, my bad. It was 98 beats per minute. The reason that your heart rate changes when you exercise is because certain muscles that you're using when you are exercising are going to need a lot more blood flow in order to work harder. So if you're really using like your leg muscles, you're going to need a lot more blood flow going to the legs in order to be able to support that movement. So that's why your heart has to work a lot harder when you're exercising, and that's why you're kind of breathing a little harder, because you need to get that blood flowing pretty quickly to those areas that are going to need it the most. So your heart rate is also one of those things that you can definitely change. Typically, a lower heart rate when you're at rest is a good thing, because you don't really want your heart overexerting itself when you're just sitting there. And you can get to that point by exercising more regularly. Thank you so much for watching this steam time video. There is a lot more steam time activities and projects under the steam time playlist in the YouTube channel. Feel free to take a look at those. Thank you for joining us this week for this video. I hope you enjoyed it.